Detroit.
alias the Falcon. Washington, heartbeat of the nation. Its pulsing throb often echoed by marching feet across the parade ground at nearby Fort Lane. And where, not too far from the Pentagon, one of the most audacious robberies in history was being hatched.
The hair, Andy. It's not quite right yet.
Okay, let's fix it.
Trim it up a little more here and right here.
Right.
That's better. Right up here now.
Okay.
And with reference to your request, the copies be forwarded to the Chief of Finance. Please be advised that I have issued instructions.
More authority.
Furthermore, I have instructed all personnel concerned. Furthermore, I have instructed.
Well, let's have a look at him.
Okay, Ricky. Well, Cecilia, what's the verdict?
Take off your hat.
Like peas in a pod.
Perfect. If I didn't know better, I think it was the Colonel.
Now the voice test. Now this is the real Colonel Hill.
And with reference to your request that copies be forwarded to the Chief of Finance, please be advised.
All right, Ricky.
And with reference to your request that copies be forwarded to the Chief of Finance, please be advised that I have issued the necessary instructions to all unit commanders. Furthermore, I have instructed...
It's amazing.
Now the writing test.
Colonel Hill, sir?
Thank you, sir.
At your service, sir.
Well, that's an exact duplicate.
So far, so good. Now, let's see you walk around a little, then come back and sit at the desk. No. You're supposed to be an Army officer. 15 years in military service. I'm pulling your stomach. Go back to shoulders. Try it again.
Oh, yes, that's the way Colonel Hill would do it. May I see it again, though?
Yeah, once more, then sit at the desk.
It's perfect.
Okay, Ricky, relax. Well, tomorrow's D-Day. And if everything goes like planned, we'll pull off one of the slickest robberies in history.
How much did you say the payroll would be?
$363,000.
Ooh, what a nice melon to slice.
If nothing goes wrong, then nothing had better go wrong. Any questions?
Oh, no, Larry, no.
Ricky?
No.
Andy?
I'll be at Colonel Hill's apartment at exactly 7 a.m.
Who is it?
Telegram for Colonel Hill.
Falcon, it's the last time you ever do.
Morning, Miss Phelps.
Good morning, Colonel. I told you the Colonel doesn't smoke.
Sorry, I forgot. What's on the docket this morning, Miss Phelps?
The Fort Lane payroll, here's the check. I've already called the bank and told them what denominations were required. And here's a list of the bonds to be picked up at the bank. I'll have Lieutenant Layton come in now.
Thank you, Miss Phelps.
Lieutenant Layton.
Yes, beautiful.
Colonel Hill wants to see you right away. Would you please come in?
Sure, beautiful.
Morning, beautiful. Lovely day, isn't it? Morning, sir.
Good morning, Layton. I'll be going with you to the bank this morning. We leave in 10 minutes.
Very good, sir.
Oh, Layton,
Yes, sir?
we can dispense with the MP escort this morning.
But, Colonel.
No escort, Layton.
Very good, sir.
Corporal, turn left in that alley over there.
But, Colonel...
You heard me. Look straight ahead, both of you.
How'd it go?
Smooth as silk. Colonel give you any trouble?
Not a bit. I dumped him on the side of the road, just like you said. Tied up and blindfolded.
Wait till you see what's in the bag. It'll be a feast for your eyes.
This isn't the payroll, they're bonds. Government bonds bought by the enlisted men at the fort.
I must have grabbed the wrong bag.
Let me go. Let me go. I couldn't help it.
That must have failed in preparation.
Relax, Larry. Take it easy. This isn't a complete washout. These bonds ought to get us plenty.
Yeah, 20 or more years in prison. The dynamite to handle. Now get rid of them. Burn them.
You're the boss.
And you still insist, Colonel Hill, despite positive identification by Lieutenant Layton, Corporal Stewart, and even your own secretary, that it wasn't you?
No, sir, it was not me.
That'll be all. Dismissed. You may go now, Miss Phelps.
Thank you, sir.
I've heard some tall tales in my time, Waring, but this one, it's utterly fantastic.
Maybe not.
Don't tell me you believe his story of having been impersonated.
I'll let you know after I look into it. How long have you been the Colonel's secretary, Miss Phelps?
Almost 3 years.
Say, you keep a real neat office.
Thank you.
Tell me, who else has been in here besides yourself from the time the Colonel left for the bank?
Well, no one. No, sir. Why do you ask?
I was just curious.
Oh,
Are you afraid of me or something?
afraid? I don't understand what you mean, sir.
Well, you're acting very nervous.
Well, sir, it's been very upsetting.
I'm sure it has. I'll be seeing you.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Look, I know I've been wrong before, but not this time, General. Someone impersonated Colonel Hill.
Oh, you're out of your mind.
Yeah? What do you see on your pen?
Well, nothing. Nothing except a few fingerprints.
Certainly. That's right. Also on your desk, your telephone, the arms of your chair.
Oh, what's so strange about that?
Not a thing. But surely it would be funny if there weren't any there, wouldn't it?
Oh, what are you getting at, Waring?
Simply this. Not one fingerprint was found in Colonel Hill's office. Everything, including his pen, had been wiped clean. Why? Someone was protecting the man who impersonated Colonel Hill. And furthermore, no one had been in that office but Miss Phelps.
Are you insinuating that she's...
I'm telling you, she's in this right up to her ears.
Oh, I've known her for years. She was my own secretary at one time. I'll vouch for her honesty.
You've also known Colonel Hill, and his record is just as good as yours. But you think he turned crook overnight?
Well, the evidence speaks for itself, especially the signature on the payroll check. You heard what the bank said about it, and our own experts, too. He signed it, no one else.
Experts have been known to make mistakes, General. I can break this case wide open with your help.
Doing what?
Turn the colonel back to duty as though he'd been exonerated, and put a security clamp on the press. I have an idea that the mastermind behind this impersonation will try it again.
Oh, come now, Waring. Nobody would be that stupid.
Well, that's just it, General. Because it's stupid, it would be unexpected. And could be highly successful.
Huh. Well, what if Colonel Hill is guilty?
I'll assume full responsibility for the colonel, sir.
I'll go along with you, Waring. But if anything goes wrong, I'll have your scalp, so help me Hannah.
I don't get it. Not a word in the papers about the heist.
Maybe... Hi!
Hello, Cecilia.
Oh, Larry. It's good to have you hold me. I'm so worried.
Well, what's the matter?
Well, first of all, Mike Waring.
The Falcon?
Yes, he's working out of security for the government. He was at the office this afternoon snooping.
Uh-huh. Well, what else?
Well, then Colonel Hill returned. He said he'd been cleared.
Clear.
How
Yes.
come?
Well, they believed his story of having been impersonated.
Well, what do you know? This is manna from heaven.
What do you mean?
Well, it's like this, Andy. Comes the end of the month, another payroll, we strike again.
Oh, Larry, no, this could all be a trap.
I hardly think so. They won't expect us to try again. That would be stupid. So we'll be stupid and cross them up.
It'll be taking a long chance, Larry.
Please don't go through with it. You're all I have, Larry. If anything should happen
What's the
to
matter?
you...
You worried about Waring?
Yes. I've a strange feeling he suspects me. He asked me to have cocktails with him tomorrow.
He did?
Hmm?
Well, that's wonderful. You have him come to your apartment about 7.
Oh, but how can I? He asked me out.
Now you stop worrying and do just as I tell you. Andy will take good care of Mr. Waring.
It's a nice place you have here.
Thanks.
You married?
Why do you ask?
Well, this could be the beginning of a beautiful friendship. Oh, here, you're nervous. Let me take that.
Just a little. Thank you.
There we are. Shall we?
Mm-hmm. Thanks.
You know, I'm kind of glad I was assigned to the Colonel Hill case. Otherwise, I never would have met you.
Oh.
Hey, you've really got the jitters. What else happened to you today?
Well, nothing. Would you excuse me?
Sure.
Miss Phelps?
Yes?
I should have been here earlier. I've got a COD package here for you, but we've been swamped all day.
Well, that's quite all right. How much is it?
$14.86.
Would you bring it in, please, while I get my purse?
Why, sure.
think I better take myself a little trip to Baltimore and throw them off guard.
And meanwhile, what?
Well, they won't make a move till next payday. There's nothing we can do to live. In the meantime, if you need me, I'll be at the Hotel Grant.
There, that blends in.
Please,
I told you a dozen times there's absolutely nothing to worry about.
But
Now, let's think about tomorrow. Any questions?
No.
You,
but-
Ricky?
I'm set.
Good. Now, just to be on the safe side, you better go now and stay away until I contact you. Good night.
Good night, Larry.
You'll spend the night in my apartment, Colonel. If you remain in your own apartment, they could grab you as they did before.
And how do you think they'll make the switch?
There's only one way. Get the Colonel out of his office when the payroll arrives.
I'll be decoyed away, that it?
Yes, probably by your own secretary. Now, remember this. When this happens, and it certainly will, I want you to call me right after you leave your office. I'll be right here.
Yes, sir. Good night, sir. Good night, General.
Good night, Colonel.
Good night.
Colonel Hill's office.
No contact at the apartment. Use alternate plan.
Good morning, Miss Phelps.
Good morning, sir. Oh, Colonel, General Walton just called. He's expecting you at the airport. He says it's urgent.
Then I better leave immediately.
Yes. Oh, Colonel, what about the payroll? If you'll sign the check, I'll have Lieutenant Layton pick it up.
Good idea.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Yes?
He just left.
Okay.
Lieutenant Layton,
Hi, beautiful. What's on your mind?
the payroll. You ought to pick it up. I have a check ready.
Roger.
General? No, thanks. It's 10:45 and still no word from Colonel Hill. I told you they weren't stupid enough to try it again. Yeah, I know. It doesn't look too good, does it? Excuse me a moment, would you, General?
Yes, sir?
Look, this is Mike Waring. Would you get me Colonel Hill?
Yes, sir.
It's 10:47. Where's that lieutenant?
He should be back any minute. Ricky, I don't know what's keeping... Colonel Hill's office.
Colonel Hill, please.
Just one moment, please. It's Waring, calling for the Colonel.
What do we do?
Answer him, otherwise he'll get suspicious, but be careful what you say.
Hill speaking?
Anything happen yet?
No, not yet.
Well, it will. And don't forget to phone me when it does.
No, I won't. It's a trap of some kind. I'm getting out of here.
Here it is, sir. Shall I notify the unit commanders?
No, not yet. I'll let you know when.
Very good, sir. Put it down, Corporal. That'll be all. I'll be waiting for you, Colonel.
Where'd you park your car?
At the side.
Well, you ought to leave by the side entrance. Get your hat. The Colonel would never go outside without his hat.
What's the matter?
Colonel Hill. Behind that desk. Quick.
Let me go. I am no wrinkle, you nitwits. I'm Colonel Hill. I'll have you court-martialed.
Don't mind about me. See that he doesn't get away and hurry. Oh, Okay, Ricky. Get out of here.
They match, General.
Well, why shouldn't they match? They're both mine, aren't they?
Then you are Colonel Hill.
When I get through with you, young man...
Save it. Excuse me, General. Colonel Hill, please.
Colonel Hill's office. Corporal Stewart speaking.
Is Miss Phelps there?
Sorry, sir. She left 15 minutes ago.
In her own car?
No, sir. Taxi.
Look, this is Mike Waring. Get me the number of that cab. I want to find out where she's going. Call me back here in General Walton's office.
Yes, sir.
Anything else, General?
No, that's all, thanks.
If it wasn't for your stupidity...
You were more to blame than he was, Colonel. This wouldn't have happened if you'd have called me as I told you. Just why didn't you call?
Well, it was stupid of me, I suppose, but I wanted to get the impersonator myself.
Yes, it was stupid, all right. Excuse me. Waring here.
This is Corporal Stewart, sir. Got a pencil handy?
Yeah, go right ahead.
The taxi was taking her to the Glen Apartments on Federal, near 15th.
Thanks.
I wonder what's keeping Andy. It's been gone long enough to have a half a dozen cars, gas, and oil.
Well, keep your shirt on. He's probably... There he is now. I thought I told you to stay away from here.
But, Larry, didn't Ricky tell you what happened? I couldn't go back to my apartment. It isn't safe.
All the more reason you shouldn't have come here. How do you know you weren't followed?
Oh, but I was, and I'm sure of that. So you were leaving without me.
That's right.
That's why you didn't want me to come back here.
Right again.
Then it was all an act. You're professing to love me.
Love you. You might as well get one thing straight. I wouldn't marry you for all the tea in China. To put it bluntly, Cecilia, I was just using you. Where do you think you're going?
Does it matter now?
It does, plenty, if you're thinking of going to the police.
Police? No, Larry. They'll get you without my help.
Get a rope, Ricky.
No, Larry, she won't talk. I'm sure of it.
I said get a rope.
Yeah.
I suppose you're going to kill me.
Kill you? No, my dear, you're going to commit suicide.
Really? Go ahead and draw, Buster. I'd like nothing better than to shoot you right through the head. Now you just hold still. I'll take that payroll now.
So long, Waring.
There's another one over there. What happened to cause the bust-up between you two?
He didn't have any more use for me.
Hi, Cecilia. What's your hurry, Buster? Where you going? You've got lots of time.
Mike Waring. Occupation, intelligence officer, alias the Falcon. Of all the places in the world, perhaps there's no place that has as much trouble as Berlin. But of all the trouble in the big chopped-up city, the most beautiful by far was a lady with a man's name and a very bad temper.
After a torrid 10-day romance, Frederick von Seckendorf called it quits with Count de Marco, who is on his way home under a physician's care after a hysterical collapse. Who is next? Who is next? Meine Güte. Don't I have enough trouble?
Now, Papa, you know how those reporters exaggerate everything.
Frederick, I wish I knew what to say.
Poor Papa. You know, these stories are really a compliment to you. If you weren't such an important politician, they wouldn't care what I do.
Yes, but I may be not important much longer.
You heard from Eric wrong?
No, but we heard about him. And you know what it means to me and to my party. And that's why this bad publicity worries me. We will be getting enough publicity before long.
Oh, Papa, you make me so ashamed.
It's all right, Frederick.
Isn't there something we can do? I could write Eric. He used to be in love with me.
He will never get the letter.
But there must be some way I can help. Papa, I'd like to make up for this.
There might be a way. I have asked the Americans for the assistance of Michael Waring, one of their top intelligence agents. You know, it's a personal request.
They won't dare refuse you.
They didn't. I'm going to see him tomorrow, but it's really up to Waring himself. You know, it's one of these unofficial missions.
Oh.
Yeah. But thinking about that, instead of meeting him tomorrow, perhaps a little dinner party tonight. You could invite him personally.
Papa, you're Machiavelli. We really need him?
Yes, we need him.
We'll get him.
Tell me more about tomorrow's deal.
Yeah, I've told you all I know. Old Seckendorf and his party are the key to West German democracy. We've got a big stake in that, as you well know. So, you've been detached from official duties to help if you can. Personally, I can only add... Miss von Seckendorf. I didn't expect you. Mike.
What? Oh, here, I'm through shaving.
This is Mr. Waring. Mike, Miss von Seckendorf.
Delighted, Mr. Waring. Or can I call you Mike, too?
You can call me anything.
Oh, Mr. Martin, I'm sorry, but it was really Mr. Mike, I came to see. You're not what I expected at all.
Well, I'm afraid I have the advantage over you. Incidentally, the newspapers don't do you justice.
Oh, you mustn't believe all you read. To change the subject, my father would like for you to come to a dinner party this evening.
Well, unfortunately,
He'd be glad to come. He wouldn't want to disappoint Herr von Seckendorf, would you, Mike?
Oh, no. No business before pleasure.
Maybe it won't be all business, Mike.
This is American coffee, Mr. Waring.
It's excellent. Incidentally, thank you for the wonderful dinner and everything. Well, do you think I'm softened up enough now to hear the problem?
You're very direct, Mr. Waring. And I try to be the same. As you know, I control a big political party with the help of General Hofer and Mr. Weyer.
Yes.
What you may not know is that there was a fourth man, Eric Rohn. He was my own confidential secretary.
You say he was?
Yeah, he disappeared after an unfortunate engagement to my daughter. And with him disappeared many secret papers and documents.
Oh, I see.
I knew he was angry. But I have thought that he has taken the papers only on impulse and would return with them.
Let me guess. You found out that he was trying to peddle them to the Reds.
He has taken an estate in East Berlin. Mr. Waring, in Red hands, those papers will not only wreck me personally, but might also destroy my party and everything we have worked for.
I understand.
It was our hope that you could get to Rome and talk to him and try to bring him back with the papers. In any case, bring those papers back. I know it's a very dangerous job.
It is, Herr von Seckendorf, but not the way you mean. Look, gentlemen, I'm afraid you're a little too close to the trees to see the forest. These papers could be embarrassing and trouble. They may certainly lead to the end of your political career, Herr von Seckendorf. Gentlemen, the exposure of a spy sent to steal back these papers could lead to an international crisis. An incident would blow the lid off this entire Berlin powder keg. You're risking too much for too little.
Too little? You call my father...
Friederike, you have a good argument, sir. But the chances of your getting caught
are almost a certainty. Gentlemen, don't underrate the Reds. They know the value of these papers. Don't you think that they're expecting you to send an agent to recover them?
You're right. My thinking was too selfishly.
I'm sorry, sir. But if there were any way it could be done without endangering the lives
I understand. And I thank you. But now you will excuse us. Gentlemen, I think we should start making our plans for my immediate resignation.
Mike, before you go... There is a reason why you should change your mind.
What reason?
Me.
What?
You'd never regret it, Mike. Do it for me, and I'll make sure you don't regret it. And this is just the down payment.
Look, Dal, save your money.
Mike.
Honey, if I'd have done it for anyone, I'd do it for your father. Him I respect.
Only you're afraid.
You bet, but there are reasons
You're a coward. You haven't got the nerves until you make big noises about
Look,
it.
Miss Useless. This isn't a society taffy pull, you know. Until you can do something else besides make front-page headlines, you just save your rocks.
Wait. You can't run out.
The devil I can't. Your engagement to Roan apparently started this mess. So if somebody's going to walk into that red trap, you do it. No, not even Frederica could be that stupid. Just because I said that...
She's in East Berlin now. Said. What did you say?
Nothing. I was just sore at her attitude. I never dreamed she'd take me seriously.
Well, maybe you better not tell me what she said. Just bring her back.
Me?
And Seckendorf gave us an ultimatum, Mike. He'll deal with the Reds if they get her first. And if he throws in with the commies, we may as well give up in West Germany.
Man, that's suicide. It's safer to play Russian roulette with a double-barreled shotgun.
Mike, look. You were right when you turned Seckendorf down. The papers weren't worth the risk. But the girl has already exposed us to the risk. Our only chance is to get her back. However, perhaps I should find someone else to go.
Someone else? What's the matter? Can a guy blow his top without you guys jumping in here and telling me he doesn't know what he's doing?
In 20 minutes, you'll meet a man named Constantine in the alley behind the Gruber department store on the Nicholasstrasse. Contact Code 4.
Code 4?
Yeah. He'll have identity papers for you, and he'll get you to the East Berlin Underground. They'll help you locate Roan's house. Good luck, Mike.
Thanks. I imagine I'll need it. What time does the store open?
24 minutes to 6, little man. Why?
I want to buy a bicycle. Constantine? Mike Waring.
Boy hero. On his way to being boy corpse. Offhand, I'd say you were crazy, little man.
You know, if you weren't so right, I'd give you a set of knuckles right in the mouth. Let's go.
As soon as I finish eating.
You're finished.
I wonder if you're so good as you sound.
We'll take that up later.
That we will, little man. Here is your identity papers, work and food permits.
Well, the seal seems authentic.
It better be. I stole them from an MVG general myself. I get paid for this, $500.
You've already been paid.
Sure. But if you hadn't known, I could have collected twice. This way.
This way?
It's not the nicest way, but it's the safest. It's salami. Don't shoot. Don't shoot. No. Don't like guns. Too noisy.
I see what you mean.
Scared, little man?
Right down to my toes.
Me too.
Who's this?
It's me. Quickly, Frida.
My age, I'm lucky to move at all.
My beautiful, you are barely in your prime.
Put me down, you big elephant.
Mr. Waring, Frida, the Belle of Berlin.
This is a pleasure.
Would you believe it? She not only runs the underground, but she has personally disposed of, let's see, 3, 4, 5...
Constantine, will you shut up? Mr. Waring, this is my son, Garth.
Garth, but yes! And this is Garth.
Glad to meet you.
He can't talk and he can't hear you, but he's better man than either one of us.
I'll make book on it.
You and I may get along yet.
I'm sure Mr. Waring didn't come here just to make friends, Constantine. Has it to do with the von Seckendorf girl?
Oh, then you've heard about it.
Yes.
Well, my job is to bring her back. That means finding a man called Eric Rohn. He's rented an estate here in East Berlin.
I know him. Give us an hour. I have 4 men, 5 with Garth, who can search. You stay here with Constantine Until we've located her.
Now, wait a minute. That's my job.
You would be no help, believe me. This part requires people who know the town the way alley rats know it.
Go ahead, my little Elena. And be careful. Kid doesn't understand I'm just a mercenary doing a job. Thinks I ought to be a patriot like him.
Yeah.
Well, I'm no German. What's the difference if Germany takes over the Russians or the Russians take over the Germans?
That's for you to decide, Constantine. Every man has a right to his own belief, including Garth.
Well, my belief is money. Just because a crazy kid who has no father...
Constantine.
Yeah.
You could do worse.
You're as crazy as the rest.
True.
It's over an hour.
There's something wrong. I can feel it.
Now, don't go getting any
No, this feeling's never wrong. There's trouble.
Frida. Are you hurt?
Hurt? No. Just empty and tired. So very tired.
Garth.
You would have been proud of him, Constantine. He found the girl. She's all right. This address.
Frida, tell me, where is Garth?
It was a patrol. They told him to stop. But he couldn't hear them.
Is he...
This is a diagram of Eric Ron's estate. It's big, no neighbors close, and no guards, so a little noise won't matter.
Good. I'm going after the girl. I'll be back in about an hour.
Let's go.
Wait a minute. You don't have to go.
Maybe I'm feeling patriotic. Come on.
Mr. Waring, take care of him. He's a good man, but sometimes he doesn't have a lot of sense.
Not many men do when they hurt inside the way he does.
But Eric, can't you see? It would be a wonderful joke on Barry.
My dear Frederica, I have known you for your entire ridiculous life, but this is certainly the most preposterous yet. Don't you realize what a political weapon you'd be in hands of the Reds?
But I'm not in their hands.
What about me? So far, I've been getting along fine. But if they discover that I'm hiding you...
Why? Eric, are you sorry I came?
No, I think I'm glad you came. What makes you hate this man Waring so?
None of your business. I can't wait to see his face when I show up at home with the papers.
Ah, yes, the papers. You mean these, huh? They mean a great deal to your father. And to me, too.
Eric, it's really time to go.
Go? Don't be childish. Over here, these papers are my fortune. In West Berlin, they are my ticket to jail. Now, do I seem fool enough to choose jail?
You're fool enough, but not honest enough. So maybe we better help you choose right.
How did you get in here? Give me that briefcase.
Over there. Stay there.
Speaking of fools, you ready to go home now?
I'll go home without your help, thank you.
You'll do as I say. Your stunts already cost one woman her son.
What? Oh, you're just trying to make me...
Is that so? Well, ask Constantine. He loved the boy, too.
Mike, you know, I didn't mean for...
I know you didn't mean. Oh, what's the use? Let's go.
Mike, I'll get my things.
Don't bother, my dear. You're not going, Frederica. Not until the secret police arrive.
You? You called?
They should be here at any time.
But, Eric, you are my friend. Eric, you said you loved me.
Love? I offered you my love. You made me a plaything. But you are paying for that. Turning you in should add immeasurably to my position in East Berlin. Back together, gentlemen. Now toss me that briefcase. Too bad all your work has been for nothing.
Nothing? You mean Garth died for nothing? Constantine, no. Isn't right. Isn't right. Garth should die for nothing.
Back! Back!
No, Constantine, no!
Search the house.
It's police.
By that door, the lights came from in there.
Here, get her out of here. Take these papers with you.
Then we go together.
Don't be a fool, you big ape. We'd never make it together. I'll stall them until you get a chance to get clear.
Then you go, I stay.
Take her home, Constantine.
Still the hero, little man.
You move.
Open the door. Who's in there? Did you hear me? Open up. We're police. House is empty, Captain. Then they must be in here. Roan, answer me. This is Captain Warner.
Go away. The call was a mistake.
Mistake? Break it in. Flashlight. Around the back. Hurry. Drop the gun. Sergeant, pick it up. You two wait outside. And telephone headquarters about the girl's escape. Where's the girl?
There wasn't any girl.
Report to headquarters and tell the girl is missing. Now you'll tell me where the girl went to.
You wouldn't like her. She's got a horrible disposition.
You'll tell me. I'm not very subtle, but you'll find me effective.
Mike, he was going to... I had to shoot.
Oh, you little fool, you brat. Why did you come back? You could nearly be home by now. Sergeant.
Sergeant, you're sound asleep. And so are his two playmates. Now, don't you think we ought to go back, little man?
I sure do. And when we get back to West Berlin, I'm going to break your thick skull.
Don't blame me. It was her idea. When this little lady gets refused, she forgets she's a little lady. Well, my job is over. Nice to have met you, little man. You're as good as you sounded.
You're not so bad yourself, Constantine.
Goodbye, little lady. And keep your gloves on.
Now, wait a minute. Where are you going?
Someone has to take Garth's place in the underground.
I understand the pay isn't very good.
Ah, who needs money? Well, come over and see me sometime. We'll split up a ward or something.
Come on, Freddie. I won't feel safe until your father has you in chains.
That won't be necessary, Mike. I've done a lot of growing up this past few hours. I'm going to work with my father now, not against him.
Good girl. Now, it's funny. There's even a good smell to freedom.